Hi Pisces, welcome to your January 2021 reading, and we're going to talk a little bit about the overall energy for the year for you for 2021. We're going to do some cards to validate and clarify some messages from you from Spirit as well. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon and Rising. Please take what resonates and what doesn't is not for you, because we're talking to Pisces as a collective. And usually in readings I do a few different groups or get messages for a few different groups. Also, if a reading doesn't resonate with you or for you, look at your moon sign or your rising, which is also called your ascendant. Sometimes we resonate more with that. Now, you're not going to see me. You're going to see the cards this reading. I've changed it a little bit due to a request where some people wanted to see the cards. So we thought we'd give it a go and see how it goes. So what's in store for you, Pisces? For 2021 energy. Well, the overall energy of 2021 is about change, okay? And I'm not talking about, oh, I've changed. This is a restructuring. This is how we do things is going to be completely changed, and that's for all signs. 2020 was the bringing down of the foundations of what we were built on. Now it's the restructuring and the rebuilding with the new ways. Okay, Pisces. And you've got Mars and Mercury there. Mercury's communication, Mars is our assertion forward. And that's going to combine, the energy combined is to help you all year make improvements with money. So there's going to be a big focus with money for you this year. But you have Saturn in there. Now, Saturn's the teacher. He's the hard taskmaster. He makes you master something, and he'll do it properly and do it again, but he brings great rewards at the end. And Saturn is highlighting a lot of areas, the power of rest and retreat. And what we mean by that is Saturn is going to teach you, let's give an example. Let's say you're thinking by going, doing, pushing is doing you, is not, you think it's the best way to be or do for you or your energy. And they're saying, no, Saturn's going to teach you that rest and retreat is also incredibly powerful. So Saturn's coming in here to teach you something, Pisces, about the power of rest and retreat. Rest and retreat does not mean you sit back and do nothing. It doesn't mean, oh, I work less, or maybe it will for some of you. We'll see what happens in the reading and throughout the year. It's more about the balancing act of flow, going with the flow, not pushing things, not making them happen, or things happen in flow when we're not kind of pushing, forcing, and we're not resting and doing nothing. There's this balance that's going to come in, and there is lessons in the power of that. That's very interesting as an overall energy. And it's interesting. I'm just going to say this, but, I don't know why this just came up, but for relationships, for any of you that are wondering about relationships, heartbreak, pain, struggle in the past with relationships, this just came in for some of you. You will have Venus boosting, the goddess of love and beauty, and it's working with Jupiter. And on the 22nd of July, it embarks upon a tour of your relationship house, I think, or to do with relationships, romance, whatever. So Venus is the goddess of love and beauty and all things wonderful and beautifying you and your environment. But Jupiter expands you. I like that. That's nice. Okay. All right. This is old hurt, old pain, old suffering. This is the past. This is nothing. This is about having choices. Every cup's full, but these choices haven't come into reality yet. They're up in your mind, or they haven't come through yet. So a lot of you have had this happening or in this energy. Okay. And a lot of you, I just heard a message. For some of you, take what resonates. For some of you, a lot of your choices that you've made or making in the past are based on your past hurts and wounds. That's for some of you. Particularly if it's been romantic or non-romantic and you're like, why? They're saying it's to do with your past hurts and traumas, and everything you're picking or doing or the cups you're looking at are all based through these eyes. A lot of you from the other group, there is so many opportunities coming in. There are so many other things to look up, to look at. They've all got something different in them. Choices, opportunities will be there, whether they're there now or coming in. The January onwards throughout the year for you, they are coming in, but you might have to look at each individual cup because they all got something completely different in them. And moving past the past. These choices are coming in to move you past the past. Past the past. There we go. All right. Yep, look at this. See, some of you are very stuck, not listening to people, not taking advice from spirit people, generally your intuition trying to talk to you here. This person's very resistant. So I'm trying to get that to focus. Some of you are this could be you, Pisces, or someone you're dealing with. So some of you have someone you are dealing with who is resistant, not wanting to move forward, not listening to their intuition, their guides, what people are telling them, let's say, and it's a past hurt, pain, or suffering. Some of you, this is you, Pisces, not willing to change your ways. So, interesting, very interesting. What else? Yeah, now the King of Swords can be energy, only energy, no gender roles here, but put it where it places. This has got no emotion, very practical, very logical, up in my head, analysing everything, that kind of energy. Very good in business, very good at making practical, logical decisions, but there is no emotions here. And they're calling for balance. This is the Justice card. This can be about a commitment coming in or you making a commitment, signing contracts, but it also can in business, making business decisions where you do not need emotion in there, or I'm hearing that it needs to be balanced up. For others' relationship, part of the past issue is you're cutting your emotions off, or you cut them off, and it's all in your head. It's all practical, logical, communication, analytical, talking it out, but no feeling there. And this shows me balance. They're calling for balance. It needs to happen here. Yeah. Someone does not, this is either temporary restriction for your situation, Pisces, or someone is not willing to look at this, not willing to make the changes, not ready to rip off that blindfold. And they can at any time. They think they're stuck, they think they're blocked, and they're not. Or the way you're doing things, Pisces, you're not willing to change how you do things or see things. And they're calling again for justice and balance. And for some of you, justice and balance is coming in if you're dealing with someone like that. And the reason all this has to happen, Pisces, is because you're done, you're over it, you want change. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, whatever's been happening in your life, whether it's career, romance, home, family, the whole thing, something's not balanced here. We've got the justice and balance card, and so where they're leading you, it is going to bring justice and balance. But where you've been or what you're in, this is not sustainable energy. It can't keep going, whether it's you or someone you're dealing with. They cannot keep blocking and shutting this out, or not listening, or not taking advice, or not changing my ways. They're trying. So let's get some more cards out for Pisces for the month. Oh, that's way too many. Pisces for the month of January. What has Spirit got to say? What are the messages that we need to set for January for Pisces 2021 and for the energy coming in for the year? Let's look at the current. Current. Yeah, a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking. That could have been that King of Swords energy up in my head. This is thinking, not doing. This is not taking action. This is also about resting, thinking, planning, not doing. Yeah, about your direction forward, where you're moving to now. There's a lot of feeling and thinking, not doing, about where you're moving to. Now, this could be a place, a destination. It could be just you getting very clear on where you have to, change has to happen. This is change. This is getting in my boat and rowing down to another location. And they're putting everything in their boat. So a lot of you will, looking at my choices, my options, looking at different cups. So it could be you moving, could be you exploring and moving, shifting. It could be career changes. There's a lot going on there, and there seems to be a lot of other opportunities here because they are all different. Yep, making a decision imbalance. So wherever your life mid-January has been imbalanced, or there is an imbalance, you will be shown in January, Pisces. It'll come up for you, each individual, in hit where it is for you, or you making a decision. But I believe there's an imbalance that's got to be healed here, Pisces, in you. This is about relationships, you and relationships, or an inner child healing, or someone's about to make a decision and change is happening. See, change. Everything in here is about moving forward, opportunities, changing. And the Wheel of Fortune card for me is like, I call it going around a roundabout. You know, when you're in a car and you go around the roundabout and there's 4 exits, and the universe is like, which one are you going to take? This is change coming. This is change. Oh, yeah. And look at this. We're back here, Pisces. There's something going on here. This person is resistant. There's change being called for, a decision or an imbalance here, a healing here, or you in relationship, something within you. There's a change that needs to happen, but look how resistant this person is. They're hanging on to their own old ways. They're clutching too tight to their ideas, their ways, how it should be, how it should look. They're not flexible at all. There's love offer, connection, emotional connection coming in, or you wanting more connection. But then we're going back into the past again. So we're going to get some clarifiers on this Pisces. What is going on here? If you've been doing a lot of thinking, or there's been a lot of no action, let's say, a lot of talk, no action in your life with yourself or people and you or whatever, you're coming out of the Hanged Man. That's very good. You've been suspended in an energy and you are coming out of it. You are going to move forward. You are going to make that the Queen of Swords has emotions, but she says, right, now I've got to do this. Now this is what's got to happen. And for a lot of you, it's going to be a move. A lot of you have to move. Sorry, Pisces. Whether that's a relationship or a location or a career, there's something I'm hearing here from Spirit, and this will only resonate for some. Move. You've got to move. There's lots of options here. So let's say we move or move on or make a decision to go in a direction, and we go, right, that's what I'm going to do. We have to do this abundantly. We have to realize that our abundance comes from us. This woman is walking her talk. She is confident. She knows herself. She knows her energy is her abundance. She knows she attracts all this from her energy. Look at her in her energy, in her authentic self, let's say. And it also very confident. Look, it is a confidence card, a healthy self-esteem card. There is a job offer coming in or an offer coming in, and you will have to make a decision, Pisces. For a lot of you, it's going to be around relationship or a home or what you're connected to. And to me, that's happiness, contentment. Could be a partner, could be a twin, could be someone. They're on the same path, wanting the same things, filling the same buckets with the same berries. They're very content. They're very in the moment. They like hanging out together. They're very compatible, but it can be being nostalgic as well about the past. So put that where it fits. But it says this change is moving you forward. This is the Chariot. The Chariot is pushing you forward. This is January, whether you're doing it or it's going to come in. This is you making the decision. You're in control. You need to make this change, Pisces. And you can't stop a chariot either. Yeah. Look, for some of you, there is a past connection and there's going to be an ending. This cannot happen anymore. For some of you, it's a healing. And you're going to heal something that completely ends a cycle for you of heartbreak, loneliness, missing out on love, feeling like it doesn't work for you, a cycle you've been stuck in. This is the ten of Swords. There's the universe saying this can no longer continue, or how you're doing it, or where you are or where you're at. This can no longer continue because this is all about the past. You're living in the past. See this person? They're lonely. They're out in the cold because they're not changing anything. They're just doing their same old ways, their same old routine. They're not changing their belief systems. They're not looking at any other possibilities here. They're just rigid and stuck. Or someone they're waiting on. Let's say you were waiting on someone to move forward. They're being distant, lonely, isolated. Again, not wanting to see it, not wanting to reach out, not wanting to rip off that blindfold and face it and look at it. And this cycle's got to end. I want 2 more cards on that though. What is going on at the end of January? Strength and courage, a new beginning. This is either you, Pisces, very resistant for a brand new beginning, manifesting what you want, wanting to reach out, wanting love, connection, or connection with anything, career, job, where you live, but not wanting. So you're manifesting it, but not really wanting to change or rip off that blindfold and face what needs to be faced. I can see you end up with the courage, the confidence, the self-esteem to do it. You will do it because something here is going to end. For some of you, if you're waiting on someone here, the love offer is going to come, or you're trying to manifest it, or it does come in. But again, they're not facing some issues, and it's to do with the past or old cycles, or letting go of how they're living. Let's say you like your freedom, dealing with someone who wants a relationship but likes their freedom and doesn't want to change their life. Let's say it's you, Pisces, that wants change in your life but doesn't want to change your environment. You want to just keep coming and doing the same thing over and over. Yep. Whatever it is, it's all about change and changing your foundations. If we don't jump out of this tower, it's on fire. If they don't jump out of the tower, that's why they're all falling out of the tower. You'll get burned. This is a crash and burn. How you're doing things cannot continue, Pisces. And that's what I mean. This is either you, it's definitely you, but it's also like if you're waiting on someone like romance, or it cannot continue because it has to be restructured in its foundation. Look at that, death and rebirth on the Tower card, and the Empress knows her worth and she's reevaluating everything. Yes, it's emotional, but she's wanting heart alignment. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got Lovers. And this is about compatibility. These are people being on the same page, wanting the same things. This is soulmate. This is connection. I want connection here. If you want connection, there has to be changes. There's no point manifesting if we don't going to look and face what we need to face. And the rigidness of this person who's either isolating you, or you're not changing and you're not changing your ways, they're calling for a new beginning here and a whole new path or way of doing things, or a journey or a venture or travel that you've never done before. So they're really challenging you in your foundation, Pisces, to it's kind of like how you're doing things, but also how you're viewing things. Actually, it's more about how you're viewing things. That's interesting. Now, I've got a few more minutes because I want to pull a few more cards on this. What is the message? What is this overall message for Pisces? What else do we need to... It kind of sounds a bit negative, or a bit, it's you, Pisces, it's you, make the changes, you're not making the changes. But you got to remember, the universe is just trying to bring you clarity and focus. This person's clear. They're really clear on the issue, on the direction where they're heading. So this Tower and everything we've told you is for you. It's going to bring this clarity, this focus. This is good. Yeah, it's going to bring in more love, more connection, more romance, whether that's you to someone, someone to you, or your job or your career or where you live. Whatever's happening or starting to happen in January, they're calling for you to change how you're doing or viewing things, Pisces, and also looking at away from this past. It's moving on from this past. There's something in your past, Pisces, that is definitely triggering your fears, subconsciously blocking you. And it's to do with past hurt, love, trauma, whatever, and this is traumatic, and they're asking you to go beyond it. So that can be going out of your comfort zone. That can be doing things a different way, finding compatibility in partners and partnership, being more content. You know, those two children that I talked about that were sitting together harmoniously, they were doing, but in a really restful, retreating way. Not making it happen and working it and energetically kind of exhausting themselves, but getting nowhere. Yeah, wow. Same messages are coming out. This is thinking and planning, not doing, but you're not seeing other perspectives, or you're not seeing the whole picture. This is change. This is transformation that is not happening because this is sort of more in my head thinking and planning. Transformation's not happening because you're not seeing or thinking from the top of the mountain looking down over the town. I'm going to say this, you're in the town looking up at the mountain. So that's about having new perspectives, highest perspectives, and transforming your views, how you see it. Because I just heard there's a healing. Yeah, look at that, heart healing. There's a healing that needs to happen here, Pisces. And when it does, look at the romance connection, whether that's a partner, a career, you with you, more connection. This is feeling connected in the heart. The change, see? Expanding your horizons, moving past those uncomfortable, traumatic, subconscious fears, trying to expand. There's Jupiter, there's Mars pushing you, bringing in the change. This is the Wheel of Fortune change. This is death and rebirth. They're calling for a death and rebirth of you, or you're going to get a death and rebirth, Pisces, which is fabulous. Yeah, we've got to go through and face a bit of shadow or a bit of hurt and pain and whatever, or face some things we don't want to face. But you know what? My gosh, it brings you clarity and the change that you or your heart desires. So, if anything is not flowing with you or for you, you're going to be very clear on that. If this is you not going with the flow, working against the current, the universe, you're going to be very clear on that. if this is people, places and situations that you thought were on board with you or thought working with you or for you, you're going to get very clear on that. If this is you in conflict with flow or how your flow is going and you think how you do things creates flow and it doesn't, you're going to get very clear on that. So what I'm seeing, Pisces, is a lot of clarity. So there it is, see, where you've been stuck, where you've been set, or someone or something, or that overall energy in your life, be it people, places, situations, or you. You're going to get very clear this month, Pisces. Very, very clear. I just saw the word awakening, and I think Mars is going to give you that energy. Mercury's communication and information, career, money, and this power within getting that flow clear in all that. So there it is. Happy New Year to you, Pisces. I hope this helped you for the month of January, just to get some insight, just to give you the heads up for the energy that's going to now come up in January, moving us forward. So there it is. Thank you, Pisces.